But we leasing the wind over here. Okay? Yeah. We ain't going to Utah, Wyoming, all that shit, dog. We can stay.
Nah.
I spent 3,500 in fuel going coast
Oh
to
my
coast.
God. What the?
Yeah, 3,500.
What? Do you hear this
I
shit
went
about the
Damn.
guy? He had a
3,500.
whole settlement, nigga.
Damn.
I'm making over 2 bands every week, man.
What's going on, good and wonderful people? It is Taja here, and I'm back with another banger today. So, as you guys see from the title of this video, apparently, allegedly, a lease driver has been exposed for falsifying his logs. Now, this is usually a given when you work with those Eastern European carriers. They have a way to finesse the EOD. Don't know how they do it, but hey, I mean, they're smart. They have their degrees. They're definitely smarter than us dummy Americans.
Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing.
But I digress. Now, apparently, Josh has found a way to involve himself in the most ridiculous lease purchase program ever. And mind you, Josh is somebody that has been in the trucking industry for well over a decade. I want to say 12 years, if I'm not mistaken. But he's been in and out of these lease purchase programs. And apparently, lease drivers make more than company drivers net. You know, you can argue, you can feel free to agree, disagree. I don't care. But apparently they do. But Josh in particular has absolutely nothing to show for it.
Got a GoFundMe for a dog, cat, a horse, a damn pig. Somebody need a heart transfer, a transplant. You'll donate to them, but you're gonna donate to a fellow truck driver. That shit crazy. I took it down. It is what it is. I got my little $255. That's what I collected. Took it down. It is what it is. I don't like a person throw their rock and try to hide their hand type of shit. Don't talk about me, what going on. Nah, nigga, you should have just donated to the damn GoFundMe. I ain't begging nobody for shit. It's okay. Well, the first one is to donate to the channel, to the GoFundMe. Cool, $255 what it was. But why y'all still mad when this shit is down, bro? You feel me? Why are y'all so mad about this shit though? I was on the verge of losing my CDL, but I could not drive anymore. I asked for a little help, 15,000, what it was. It don't matter what the number was. Did you donate? Don't be hurt by the shit. Did you donate? Ask yourself, did you donate though? Don't talk about it. Be about it, nigga. But did you donate? Don't talk about it. Did you donate?
So guys, as you guys saw from that clip, he has pissed away $300,000 and somehow, some way, still made a GoFundMe, was able to get some funds, by the way. And when his audience called him out on it, because it just seemed like a grift, the fact that he was able to take away that GoFundMe so quickly and take away the money, it just seemed like a grift. And apparently he gaslighted his audience for calling him out on the grift. Now, it's kind of hard keeping up with Josh, so, you know, my research on him is kind of spotty, so pardon me, but, you know, shout out to Chasing Andrew Jackson because he regularly makes content about Josh, so he definitely fills in the gaps where they should be, where, you know, Josh should, you just leave his content on YouTube. But hey, shout out to CAJ because he actually, you know, inspired me to make this video. So in a live stream with Truck Community, Josh reveals that he's driving a Volvo 760 2025.
225 what? Volvo?
Yeah, Volvo.
Freightliner?
No, I got a Volvo 760.
Volvo?
Now, I'm glad that he cleared up what truck he drove because I was thinking he was driving the Black Pearl, he was driving a white Freightliner. It was just so unclear what truck he drove because he changes companies so fast that you just can't keep up. It's so fuzzy, it's so difficult, but I guess it doesn't matter for the purposes of this video. But is the truck through Live Enterprises? If he's watching, is it through Live Enterprises? Is it through Tiger Trucking? Because you did say that on your community tab. Or is it with this company that you just posted on Thursday? Let's see, what's the name of it? Milestone Trucking? I don't know. And while we're on this, I just find it odd that, you know, throughout the weeks, he's been posting these pay subs on his community tab. And, you know, he just posted the net. He screenshot it. crop out everything else, all his deductions, and all you see is the net pay. But now he's all of a sudden posting a pay settlement that is fully transparent. You see all his deductions. But what's interesting is that it doesn't follow the same, color scheme and design as all the other pay settlements that he's posted on his community tab post, which I find interesting. Now,
okay, everybody, I realized my mistake. I just took another look at his pay stub, and I realized that at the very, very bottom of the pay stub, that's where you see the same color scheme and design as his previous pay settlements. So yeah, I just missed it. That's my mistake. But back to the rest of the video.
Now, as you guys can see, his net pay was actually slightly higher than last week.
Set up in the lane, 2100, baby. Let's go. Checkmate time, don't put it up there no more. So you know what I'm saying. I mean, I could put a direct deposit up there. You know, you want to see.
His fuel bill is a lot lower than it was last week, which is basically the topic of this video, because in the live stream with Truck Community, his fuel bill was $3,500, and he claimed in a live stream that he drove 3,600, 4,000 miles.
No. See, what Josh got me at, this nigga said his fuel was $3,500, nigga.
God damn.
Oh, man, he was really running.
What the hell got
that was 2,200. But this week, man,
You know how many miles you had to do? How many miles did you do, guys?
About 3,600.
Now, regardless of what number he said on the live stream, it's literally mathematically impossible, because for you to burn $3,500 in fuel for the week, you'd have to drive well over 6,500 miles, probably closer to 6,700 miles. And once again, shout out to Chasing Andrew Jackson for pointing this out. It's literally, the math is not mathing for you to drive 4,000 miles or 335, however many miles you claimed on that live stream, and the fuel bill be so high. Like, everybody was raising their eyebrows. Everybody was confused. The math is not mathing. Now, for you to achieve 6,500 miles, you would have to have a co-driver, right?
Nope.
Josh, there's no evidence on his channel to suggest that he is, a team driver. In fact, his whole leasing journey has been like a one-man show.
I think I just figured something out, Beavis. What? This sucks.
And once again, shout out to Chasing Andrew Jackson. He points out that Josh posts, on his community tab, the freight rates for the DAT load board. And to the unsuspecting person, it looks like, freight is paying, what, $5, $6, $7 a mile. You think that, the trucking recession is over, trucking is booming again, trucking is turning around, but no, nothing can be further from the truth, because if you look real closely, you'll see that it says RM, which means reefer with team. Now, why would Josh be looking at freight for reefer with team if he's a solo driver? Why is his fuel bill $3,500 if he's claiming to only drive 4,000 miles? I mean, listen. One thing I forgot to mention in the video is that I find it interesting how when Andrew called Josh out on the fact that he drove 6,500 miles in a week, Josh had a response for Andrew. However, he didn't deny that he was running illegally.
Hey, man, Jason, I'm on your ass, boy. Made a video about me, nigga. Hey, you been losing all year. You can't show no checks, nigga. Got $900 checks, $200 checks. Nigga, you just not getting authority to get back on your feet, boy. You ain't been making no money. This ain't got the
Turn right onto Interstate 10 East and then keep straight.
This ain't got the damn checks to show it, huh?
This is what we could point to, allegedly he falsified his logs, and that's pretty much a given at these Eastern European carriers at this point. And to be quite honest with you, the fact that he was able to run these miles and still get not even half the pay, this is like a quarter of the pay. This is absolutely ridiculous. You'd think that he'd be grossing $1,800 running 6,500 miles, but no, he grossed $9,400 and he netted $2,100. Now, I don't know his tax situation. I don't even know if he does taxes, but I'm pretty sure it's a 1099, and this is not financial advice. I'm pretty sure you pay your taxes quarterly and you got to take out 15% or whatever. So let's just say he's taking the $300 out of that $2,100. You divide that by 6,700 miles. His net CPM is a whopping 27 cents per mile, and somehow he boasts about the fact that he is leasing and winning.
Leasing and winning over here. I don't know about that lease shit Chasing was doing over there. But we leasing and winning over here. I'm making over 2 bands every week, bro.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
He is so sure that this lease purchase is gonna work out that he decided to put $5,000 down, but he didn't have the cash for it. I mean, why would he have the cash for it? He's somebody that pissed away $300,000 in the trucking industry. So instead, he affirmed his down payment, Klarna, Afterpay. Y'all know what's going on. He financed a down payment for this Volvo truck, and in addition to that, he's also paying the truck note and the trailer note. Because he also says in the live stream, after like a few weeks, the $500 is going to roll off. So he financed $500 for 10 weeks, and that was his down payment for the truck.
Once that little $500 roll off my shit, I'm straight, nigga.
What's wrong with you?
Me personally, I don't understand why he's bending over backwards for $2,000 a week. Given his experience in trucking, I just feel like he deserves way better than this, because this is not it at all. There are truckers out here that have way less experience than him. I mean, I just saw Mr. By the Mile post his pay stub. He made $3,000 this week. Shout out to him. But somehow he's saying that he's leasing and winning and he's making 2 bands every single week, which is a lie. We could definitely fact check that. But yeah, why would he subject himself to this? This is absolutely insanity. And honestly, I think he's just better off working a company job, because at least he'll be eligible for benefits like health insurance. I mean, last summer he had a health event. What are the odds that he's going to have another health event? He doesn't appear to make any changes, to his lifestyle. I mean, he had a type 2 diabetes related health event, which is largely due to lifestyle choices. I mean, listen, I'm not here to make fun of him. I'm just saying, like, you probably would be better off to get health insurance, because you're one health scare away from going bankrupt, if you haven't already filed for bankruptcy, because you are doing credit repair. In fact, speaking of that, he's doing credit repair, and his goal for the credit repair is to lease multiple trucks.
Now, Josh Chasen said, how close are we to buying a cash truck?
Never. I never said I want to buy a cash truck, bro.
Well, why not just go lease one from Lone Mountain forever then?
I don't give a damn about none of that, man.
What's the end goal with that?
Start other businesses and get business funding, man.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
I'll end the video here. How do you guys feel about this lease driver that allegedly falsified his logs and is affirming a down payment on a truck? Let me know in the comments down below. You guys are the greatest. Help me get to 5,000 subscribers. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video.